Welcome everyone to Introduction to Genshin Impact Lore. Genshin Impact Lore is crazy complicated, whether you are new to the game or long-time player. This video is a brief introduction about the very foundation of Genshin Impact Lore, which explain the points that are most important to the plot. Okay then, prepare your notebook and let's hop into it. We begin with the main characters in this game, Aether and Lumin. They are both twins who wander from world to world until they land into the new world called Teyvat. Throughout the story, we will play as the Traveler. Our goal is to find the truth of this world in order to understand why the other siblings choose to war against destiny. So then our journey begins. During the journey, we will be accompanied by Paimon, our traveling guide. She is small, cute, sometimes annoying, and really likes food. We will be traveling to several locations, primarily Teyvat and Khaenri'ah. Teyvat is a continent where mortals are ruled by 7 gods, called Archon, with 7 elements: Anemo, Geo, Electro, Dendro, Hydro, Pyro, and Cryo. In this continent, a few humans are recognized by the gods and give them visions, which allows them to manipulate one of the 7 elements, and it is said to be one requirement to ascend godhood. Khaenri'ah, on the other hand, is a deep underground nation ruled by no gods. People in this nation depend heavily on technological advances, and also the mystic art they master, namely the art of Kemia. Alongside with that, in this world, there are several factions that play important role in the story. Starting with the 7. The 7 refers to the 7 Archons. Each Archon represents each element, with Geonosis as their proof of Archon status. They also have their own ideals on how to rule the nations. Mondstadt, Anemo Archon, the land of freedom. Liyue, Geo Archon, the land of contract. Inazuma, Electro Archon, the land of eternity. Sumeru, Dendro Archon, the land of wisdom. Fontaine, Hydro Archon, the land of justice. Natlan, Pyro Archon, the land of war. And Snezhnaya, Cryo Archon, it is still unknown. Above the 7, we have Celestia. Celestia is the one who gives the 7 Geonosis and authority among the nation. It is generally believed that the floating island in the sky is Celestia. What we know so far, Celestia has a bad reputation. Across history, Celestia has already destroyed several civilizations with their divine nails. On the other side of the table, we have Fatui and the Abyss Order. Fatui is an organization created by Cryo Archon to gather all Geonosis. In practice, Fatui is run by the 11 Fatui Harbingers, who compose a variety of roles, including combatants, bureaucrats, politicians, technology, and merchants. Most of the time, they come to each nation as diplomats. The Abyss Order is an organization with the abyssal power, or power from beyond, as their sources. Many, if not all its members, were originally from Khaenri'ah. Their goal is to take revenge on Celestia, war against destiny, and bring back their homeland. The current operation they do is called Loom of Fate. In the present, the Abyss Order operation is led by the Traveler sibling. Last but not least, there is Hexen Circle. Hexen Circle is an organization of witches, which conducts immense exploration and gathers around 4 former tea parties. What we know so far about them is that this tea party has a pretty powerful witches. Besides all of those factions, there are also Adventure Guild and Treasure Hoarders. But so far, these 2 factions do not show any significant effect in the story yet. Okay, how about the timeline and general events so far? I personally divide it into 3 periods of time. They are Prehistoric, Archon War, and the 7. Prehistoric consists of 6 major events. They are the Old World, is time where dragons rule the world. They are called 7 dragon sovereigns. The Creation is when Primordial One came, make foresight of itself, then war against the dragons. They win and create the world and humanity. Seelie Civilization, the first unified human civilization ever recorded. This civilization is guided by blessing race called Seelie. During this time, there are 3 moon sisters in Lunar Palace. The second throne is when the second throne of the heavens came and challenged Primordial One. Big war began and made Enkanomiya fall into the ocean. The calamity is when huge disaster occurred in the world because silly ancestor fell in love with travelers from afar. The disaster caused the three moon sisters to kill each other and left one till this day. And lastly, Divine Envoy is time where humans can communicate to the heavens directly. There are 4 known civilizations ever recorded in this time: Salvindiknir, Surumi Island, Enkanomiya, and Khaenri'ah. On the other hand, Archon War consists of 2 major events. They are Pre-Archon and Archon War. Pre-Archon is time where many new civilizations start to develop. This was happening across 7 nations on Teyvat. And Archon War is when Celestia opens up 7 seats of divinity and orders all gods in Teyvat to challenge each other for that supremacy. The winner will get Geonosis and become ruler of the nation, aka Archon. And lastly, the 7. It consists of 4 major events. They are Pre-Cataclysm. It's time where the 7 Archon system is well established. During this time, there are still many internal conflicts within each nation. The Cataclysm is time where monsters from the abyss invade all regions on Teyvat. During this time, Celestia, with their heavenly principle, destroy Khaenri'ah, with the 7 involved. Because of this disaster, only 2 original Archons left. The recent past, devastating effects had been happening all over Teyvat even after the Cataclysm, making almost each nation change their ideals. Also, in this time, Fatui and the Beast Order were established. And the present day, our traveler's journey begins. A reminder, this timeline is still incomplete. It only covers the general events. For the specific one, it will be discussed in future videos. Okay, I have explained the general context and timeline in Genshin lore so far, but I still have a note to add. It is about Irminsul Tree. Basically, Irminsul Tree is a world tree that stretches all over the place, both on the surface and in the depths. It consists of elemental energy and memories of everything that has lived in this world. It is still unknown whether Irminsul Tree already exists at the very beginning or is a byproduct of Primordial One. Now, I hope you have a proper idea about what and how Genshin lore really is. It is time to take actions. Here's 3 things you should do to deep dive Genshin lore. Number 1, before you read books or item descriptions, make sure to play the game story first. At the very least, you have finished Inazuma arc like Raiden's Story Quest Part 2. Number 2, please read Genshin manga. Yes, Genshin has its own manga. You can check it on their official website. And number 3, try to watch past limited events on YouTube and participate in any limited event in the future, even if you are not qualified, like click the quick start button. Also, if you want more immersive experience, I recommend you to not unlock all character story quests. If you did, it will make you confused because it will overlap each other. And watch this past limited event because it is really important to the lore and to get more context later on when Hoyoverse recall it in the future quest. Please note these events, okay? To complete everything, I want to address 3 important aspects of Genshin Impact lore you need to be aware of. These 3 aspects will influence how we perceive information and understand it. These aspects are perspective, hierarchy, and popularity. All of these tie to the fact that the vast majority of information in Genshin is subjective. So what do those 3 aspects mean? Perspective means that different individuals have different understanding depending on the situation, environment, and experiences they have. We will often find different points of view about certain things in Genshin lore, whether it is from NPCs, playable characters, the books, item description, etc. etc. With this aspect, our understanding will continue to change from time to time, so what we know currently can be right and wrong. Apart from that, this aspect also opens up the possibility for various interpretations among Genshin lore content creators, which bring us to the many wonderful theories. Hierarchy means the value of information seen from where it's come from or is obtained. Imagine this like asking for healthy stuff. Which one do you more believe? Advice from a random person on the street or a doctor? Logically, we will choose the doctor because in a sense, they have more knowledge or access than others. So in other words, the more authority or access someone has, the more valuable information we can get. In Genshin, we will find this aspect from time to time, starting from assigned relics, organizations, up to the godly being itself. With this aspect, the current information can be changed, updated, improved, or fixed depending on where we get the information. And at the same time, it can be used for checking how trustworthy this information really is. And popularity. Popularity means how we perceive information is influenced by how many people think about the topic. Basically, majority rule. This aspect is more toward Genshin lore community itself. In short, popular doesn't automatically mean true. This aspect also applies to content creators, especially the big one. Usually, most of us use their interpretations as a basis, or even take it as a fact. So it is quite challenging to stay neutral and original in understanding about a topic without getting outside or majority input. So yeah, I think that's all I can share right now. If you think this video is helpful, then please consider to like and share the video. Also, if you are interested more in the lore, you might like to watch these two videos.